All right, hello and welcome to another episode of Douglasville Impact, our community podcast. I'm Jason Post, and I'm glad you could join us today. Joining me at the table, we've got a few friends today. Let's introduce everybody as we go around the table. First up, we got Christian Molina.
That's correct.
Chris, this is Chris's first time on our podcast. He's our new digital media designer, so he's responsible for all the pretty stuff we're putting out. So thanks for joining us today, Chris. We've got Allison Parker.
Hi.
Always good to have Allison. And joining us in our special guest seat today is Miss Rylee Govoreau.
Thank you. Happy Friday, everyone.
And Rylee's with our Convention and Visitors Bureau, so she's going to tell us everything about the stuff going on with Visit Douglasville and our Convention and Visitors Bureau and our Welcome Center and all that fun stuff, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So, a lot of fun stuff to talk about today, and a lot of cool stuff coming up. Speaking of cool stuff, has everybody been just loving the weather? I'm the only one in short sleeves at the table today.
I have on short sleeves, but I have on a jacket because I am very cold.
Because you're Allison. But we've got coats and sweaters and stuff.
Yes, I do like your sweater.
Thank you. We keep the Welcome Center pretty cool. It's a historic building, so it stays pretty cold in there.
I got to come visit more often. The weather has been awesome lately. So
it's been so nice.
It's so good. This is my favorite time of year when it starts getting cool.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And Allison's already freezing to death.
I am very cold. It's okay,
She's wishing
I'll make
it was summer again. So it's also a fun time of year because we've got a lot of events coming up. So let's start off today with Chris is going to talk about some of the fun stuff coming up in the community, right? Event-wise?
That is correct.
Right.
Yeah, we got a
What's
couple
going
of
on?
really nice, interesting community events.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones for the Cultural Arts Council, actually, which it's separate from the city, but they're a really nice arts organization, and so this is one of their biggest fundraisers. So the Chili Cook-Off is just an event where a lot of the local businesses, public figures, and things like that come together to compete against each other's favorite or best chili recipe. So they have multiple awards for that night, like the best booth, decorations,
Yeah, they decorate all the booths
costume
really cool.
contest, and this year they're including dog costume contests as well.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Because they're always there anyway. And they're
They
so
are.
cute.
And in
so.
the past, they have come dressed as well. So
Yeah.
that's fun. So this year's chili is going to take place on Saturday, October 22nd, and it's usually from 6 to 9, and it's going to be held at the O'Neill Plaza. So you'll want to come early, probably, and there's parking at the garage.
On the parking
from
deck.
the-
is free parking.
Free parking deck, yep, next to the conference center, and
And last year, I think they had a record number. They had the most booths I think they've ever had last year,
wow.
or something. They had a really good year last year.
it was packed.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Yeah.
So it's
Every year it's really-
always packed.
Yeah.
It's always a really good turnout with a lot of people and a lot of booths too. But they absolutely fill the plaza with tents and with chili.
And the parking deck as well.
And a bunch of different kinds of chili too. They're not all just the regular run of the mill chili.
Right,
but
yeah,
people
spicy
get creative.
chilies,
Yes.
vegan options
Yeah,
as
white
well.
chili, chicken chili.
Wait,
I think I
turkey
saw a jerk
chilies.
chicken chili last year, which was really good.
Yeah.
It was
And they usually have sides as
time.
well, like
cornbread.
and cornbread and potatoes. I think baked potatoes or something.
Oh, that's great with chili. Yeah.
Ooh, is it lunchtime?
We always end up talking about food.
Yeah.
Never fails.
But that's a really awesome event. It's a fun one.
Yes. So one of the other ones that's for the city that puts together is our Screen on the Green event series. So this next one, we're going to be featuring the movie Luca, and it's going to be held on Friday, October 28th. And the movie, people are encouraged to show up around 7. There's fun activities for kids. There's what is it called? Connect 4. There's like toys
yard
and
games and stuff.
yard games and things for
Yeah.
kids. So you can arrive a little early and have some fun with the family. And then the movie usually starts around dusk,
Which is earlier now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loving it. And it's nice weather now, so if you show up a little early, it's going to be
It's
nice
perfect.
and cool
Yeah, bring
out.
sweaters
The evenings are
and
awesome right
blankets,
Blankets,
definitely.
yes.
The last one, I went to the last one earlier in the month, and it was already chilly at that in the evening. So yeah, come prepared. And there's food trucks that's going to be there.
now. Nice.
food vendors.
Where is this one at?
This is going to be held in Hunter Park.
Okay.
And the field. So instead of going to the community center, where most people are familiar with, you take the bigger entrance that goes towards the fields in the back, and then you'll see the big screen set up and everything.
Nice. I haven't seen Luca yet.
Sounds like a fun
It's a
date
very
night,
good
too.
movie.
Is it really good?
You know?
So adorable.
It's such a cute movie.
It's on my list, but man, the list
Yes.
keeps growing, so I haven't made it to Luca yet.
And I like it because it's not very traditional. It just feels like the story and the plot and everything is more like just very like kids being kids type of thing. There's not like a big super villain or anything like that.
That's a nice change, yeah. All right, I have to
Yeah.
bump it up the list. Or try to come out. I'll just try to come out to the screen on the green.
There you go.
It's a perfect opportunity.
There you go.
The next event that's going to happen right next, the following day, is the DEA Peel Take Back event. So this is going to be held Saturday, October 29th from 10 to 2 p.m. And the location is going to be the Douglasville Public Safety Complex off of Fairburn Road.
That's what they do that a couple of times a year, I think.
like
It's
twice.
a national event that the PD organizes to do a local version. And so anytime you have any expired medication or anything like that, you don't want to just throw that away, because it ends up in the wrong hands. But you don't want to keep it in your cabinet because then it ends up in, kids' hands and things like that. So this is a safe way to dispose of those older medications and things that may be expired and you don't need anymore without them falling into the wrong hands.
Right.
So
and don't want to flush them
always
down the
nice.
toilet either, because that medicine
Definitely don't
ends
want
up
to do
in
that.
our water system.
Yeah, the WSA would appreciate it. We not did that. That's good. So, yeah. So this is a good option for that. Very popular event as well.
Yeah. The next event is Trunk or Treat for adults 50 and older. So this seems like
missed it.
I know.
Missed it by that much.
Next year.
Don't call her out like that.
She said we missed it. So.
Maybe we could sneak in.
Yeah.
They won't know.
Or we could just claim. I mean, they're not IDing.
That is true.
So.
That is true.
But yeah, this
And
is
I gotta kick you out. If you want some candy.
so. This is it's Saturday. It's gonna be taking place Saturday, October 29, from 12 to 4 p.m. at the Alice J. Hawthorne Community Center, and it seems like it's I haven't been, but it seems like it's a really nice, just social, I guess, for adults.
Yeah, they're really so with the full huge renovations going on at Jesse Davis that have just started. So the Hawthorne Center will stay in operation, but when the new park comes out, the Hawthorne Center there will also be another gym, but there'll also be a community center and kind of a senior activity center as well as part of the whole renovation. So they've really been upping a lot of these kind of adult activities. 50 plus kind of active adult, senior adult type activities for all the different age groups. So there's little something for everybody out there. But this programming is great for, like I said, we can just sneak in. I don't think you're going to turn us away. There's candy, but yeah, just for the adults to get out and do some fun stuff as well. Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on over at the Hawthorne Center at Jesse Davis Park, and that will. Again, the Hawthorne Center will continue to remain open during all of that construction. So you'll continue to see us talking about activities and events and stuff happening over at Hawthorne Center. And you'll still be able to get to it. And you can kind of check in on the construction as you go by. The rest of the park will be shut down. But
Yeah, and so if you haven't been to it, because I hadn't been to it before this year, the center itself is located towards the back of the entrance. So if you drive by and you see a lot of the work taking place, just keep going a little further, further in,
farther in. Yeah.
because it's not very easy to see from the road.
Currently, it's not. Yeah,
because there's a lot of trees. And
Jesse Davis Park was always that park that was back there behind the trees. So when you were coming down 92, you didn't even know it was back there unless you knew where to turn and how to get to it.
yeah.
And the Hawthorne Center is up in the park. So yeah, you're going to drive by it and you're going to see the construction and think, I'm in the wrong place. Clearly, this isn't where it's happening. But yeah, if you go ahead and turn in up and around to the left is where the community center is. So when they finish the whole new park, this whole park will be right on 92, so it'll all be very visible from the roadway at that point. Sadly, I think they're going to have to take out some of the trees, which is always sad. But they're replaced. That's where the community centers and the gyms and things like that is going. Some green space is going back in with that. A lot of green space and walking trails and stuff are also part of the renovation. But it is going to be a very visible park, so it'll be easier to find for sure. Because before it was, you had to go looking or know where you were going to really find it. So yeah, it'll be awesome once it's done.
It's exciting. I can't wait for it. And then our last event that we have for today that we're going to highlight is a crafts and treats. Crafts and treats is plural.
Yep.
And so this is more of a family event, I guess, and just for kids included. So the last one is no kids allowed, I guess, or preferred. And so this one is going to be on Monday, October 31st from 5:30 to 7:30, and there are going to be multiple locations. So you can go to the Hunter Park or the Jesse Davis Park area.
Nice.
And I'm sure it's going to be at the is it going to be in the community center or outdoors?
Community center, yeah. So this is kind of the trick or treat alternative. If you don't really have anywhere in your neighborhood or feel comfortable going, or if this is somewhere you can go with your family, and it's kind of all hosted by the park.
I feel like they've become more popular, these safe treats thing, because I think it's also there's a lot more kids, so the kids can interact with each other.
Depending on the neighborhood you go, like our neighborhood, I mean, you can walk around and go trick or treating, but there's not a huge amount of kids. You'll pass people, and stuff, and it's cool. But yeah, going somewhere like this, you see, like you said, all the different kids and all the different costumes. Yeah, that's awesome because they can kind of interact and play and stuff. But just to see all the different kids dressed up is really fun too. So so that's a nice trick or treat alternative. Allison, you're going to that one, right?
We will be there.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it because this is our first time in our neighborhood, so we don't really know what the trick-or-treating environment is going to be like.
Yeah.
Last year we went to a large neighborhood. It was almost overwhelming. I mean, they had like parties and adults-only spaces, and I was like, okay, we have to find a happy medium, and so I'm excited to see how the crafts and treats is going to go. And then they'll also have self-guided crafting activities, so like coloring and maybe some painting a pumpkin type of thing. So it'll be fun.
Nice. Do you have your costume set already?
Yes, I'm going as Allison. I'm really looking forward to it.
Weren't you Allison last year?
I was, and unfortunately I just couldn't find anything else. My daughter would like for me to go as Elsa, but I told her they don't make it in our size, unfortunately. Sorry. I didn't look that hard, but
we can wait.
I think it's a little too late.
I have a sewing machine.
It's okay.
It's a good example to say be yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Rylee.
Allison has other costumes. I've seen them.
I do. We're gonna go as Allison though. We're gonna stick with Allison this
What
year.
is Jason dressing up as for Halloween?
This year, it's always hard to decide. So far, I've dressed up as a pirate a couple of times, semi-pirate. Occasionally, I'll be a Jedi. So I'm not sure exactly what we're doing on Halloween this year, trick-or-treating wise.
Yeah.
The kids are the age they don't want to trick-or-treat anymore. They don't want to go wandering around,
Yeah.
Not even by themselves?
And they might. So, like, the one that's old enough to drive may say, hey, I want to drive over to the neighborhood where my friends are and walk around, but I will insist that he find some type of costume at least, because he's not going to be one of the teenagers just walking around dressed
In a Nike shirt.
dressed like Allison.
I want candy.
Right. Like, your voice is
Candy,
deeper than mine.
please.
No.
Just put it in my pillowcase. No, that's not how this works. So, yeah, if he wants to do that, he can if he dresses up at some point. But yeah, the younger ones got really no interest. So we'll see where we end up. But the dog's got a costume already.
Oh, I love
So
it.
if we end up somewhere, we'll all be in some kind of something.
Yes.
We'll be something.
Maybe I'll come up with something in the next. By the time Hunter's Harvest comes around. Oh, actually, that's this weekend.
You've got time. I'm sure you could come up with some kind of really incredible costume.
I'm sure it'll be incredible.
It doesn't have to be.
You don't have to stretch
mirror
yourself.
image
Just find
of the
something
original.
incredible.
Wow,
that
you're coming through with all the puns. I will probably try to find a shirt of some sort. Last year, I wore like a pumpkin. Well, I wore a Halloween shirt, but it had like a pumpkin because I was pregnant. I don't want to give anybody the wrong idea this year, so I can't wear that. So I have to find something. I'm sure I could find like some type of incredible outfit or incredible shirt or something. So, yes.
Okay.
We have plenty of images that Steve can now put on top of the video as we're talking
Please don't.
of past Allison in costume.
Please don't.
Aw.
Yeah. So, fun stuff. I'm sure crafts and treats will be a lot of fun, though. I'm
Yeah, that
looking
does
forward
sound
to it.
fun.
And again, a safe alternative because,
Costume or not.
Yeah.
Costumes are optional.
They are encouraged.
But
That's what the
encouraged.
graphic says, is they're encouraged, but not mandatory.
Encouraged, but not required.
Not mandatory. So,
That's fair.
yes.
And it doesn't have to be grand stuff either. Like, I remember when I was younger. I
2 years
I
ago.
remember I didn't. I remember hating my costume because it was just like it was all homemade, and I just felt like all my friends have the cool stuff. But I dressed up as a hunchback of Notre Dame one year.
Yeah.
My parents made a hump for me.
We need the pictures now.
Okay. I'm glad this was before social media.
It's okay. We still need photos.
But now the homemade ones are the really good ones,
Absolutely.
right? Like now you'd rather
Yes.
have make one yourself.
Yeah,
right?
now I've seen the pictures
And
back. I was
stuff.
like, oh wow, that's a really good costume.
And you look at the other kids and they're wearing their plastic,
Yeah.
stormtrooper mask or something like that.
Yes.
No, your Quasimodo was on point.
Yeah.
I'm just not that creative, so you will find
We
me
can help.
at Party City.
can
Sure. The little one's already attached to her Anna costume, and she's convinced we're all going to be a family of Frozen characters. And I'm like, not me.
That will be perfect.
Yeah.
You could be one of the back characters.
Next year. I love that
Need
idea.
more time. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right, so that's all of our community events coming up. That covers just a little bit.
Those
of
are just
October. That's just
some.
some of them, right?
Yeah, you can go to our website, douglasvillega.gov.
Yep.
Or if you are on social media, we have all if not most of these events on our Facebook page as well. And so you can look up the directions, time, location, all those details.
Yeah.
I do have an event that I would love to add.
Always.
Ooh.
So I would love to plug the Stranger Things block party right now.
that's right.
So our Stranger Things block party is going to be Saturday, November 5th. So we're going to try the event during the day this year. So it's going to be from 12 to 5. It's a perfect time around those dining hours. And so another new aspect that we have this year is a lot of participation from our downtown restaurants. So we're kind of right there at that perfect lunch
Yep.
to dinner time. So definitely check out some of our participating restaurants. We have Tito's making an upside down cocktail. We have Eleven's Chicken and Waffles at the Vine. We have Hopper's Hamburger at Gabe's, just to kind of name a few.
Nice.
So definitely going to be really fun. Another exciting aspect we have to the event this year, we're going to have a pop-up skating rink.
Yay.
Yes. So bring your roller skates, or if you don't, we're going to have roller skates.
Okay, I was going to say, what if we don't have any?
But if you want to bring your own roller skates, you're more than welcome to. But come roll with us and come skate at our pop-up skating rink.
I will fall a lot.
I won't. So for those of us who may be working, do we get like an hour or so to come and just test the skating ring? Do we get
I
open
think
access
that
to it or something?
you are actually volunteering at the
I was
skating
about to say
rink.
maybe you request the skating rink as your booth.
Can I work in the skates? This is the most exciting. Okay, yes, please. May I please be stationed at the skating
We
rink?
will be selling concessions, popcorn and candy, so I think you can walk around like an old Sonic waitress and you can wear your
I
skates.
would
and
love
sell
that.
And you're probably
Yes.
good enough not to drop it all.
I
I would
wouldn't
drop
say
more
that.
food than I got to
I don't know if
somebody.
I'd be up here, although I used to be a server. I've never been a server in skates. I may be down here, but I still have the skates. So if you come to the skating rink at Stranger Things Day, you can expect Allison there with service, smiles, and skates.
Yes, we love it. We love
Yes.
it.
Oh, see, we got her excited about Stranger
Yes.
Things now.
Now I'm very
Yes,
excited. I'll be there.
yes.
I was thinking I was going to be a little sick, but I'm feeling better now.
If you all saw season 4, that's where the inspiration for the skating rink comes from Rinko Mania. If
that.
you know the scene with 11, I won't spoil it here for us. Those of us who haven't watched it, if you haven't,
If
you
you
definitely
haven't, then
should.
get on it. You got a couple few weeks before the event.
You got a
So,
few weeks before Stranger Things Day
Yeah.
to still catch up on that season
Yeah.
4. But we're still going to have our big chalk art on the plaza. We're going to have 80s themed karaoke on the plaza. Another costume contest where we do have gifts for some winners. So a lot of fun aspects
great
all
costumes
throughout.
last year.
Some I heard that there were some great
There were
costumes
some really
last
good
year.
costumes last year.
And if you all don't already know, 2 iconic filming locations from Stranger Things were filmed in the heart of Douglasville.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Palace Arcade, which we will have authentic old Dragon's Lair, Pac-Man, super fun old antique games there to play. And
Say
then,
old again. Go ahead.
Antique. Vintage.
Vintage is a good one.
Vintage.
Can we say retro? I feel better.
Retro is
Retro.
good. Yes,
Retro.
retro.
I feel better that I've stood in an arcade when I was a kid playing these games. If you call them retro.
And then our public services building was Hawkins Police Station, has been remodeled, but still definitely a cool location to check out. So definitely come to Stranger Things Block Party. We are excited to have you, and
I'm excited.
we're excited to transform Douglasville into the Upside Down.
That was yeah, it was an awesome event last year. I can't wait. It was super fun. And again, the weather was nice and cool. So
Yes.
I also
Love
have
fall
on my
events.
jacket.
you needed a big jacket last year. It was cold.
We will also have a Dungeons and Dragons PlayStation
Do
this
some
time. So we've got some games set up.
D&D
We'll have some board
stuff.
games. So a little something for everybody at the event, all ages.
Excited to watch the karaoke. People try to do some 80s power ballads.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure whoever is volunteering on O'Neill Plaza, just
I'm excited
prepare
to
yourself
watch.
to hear Kate Bush over and over and over again.
There's nothing wrong with that either. So that's always
We're
just fun to watch,
excited,
though. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good event.
Yeah. That's a very cool event we're all excited about.
I am excited, actually. Looking forward to
Well,
it.
we got Allison excited about
Skating rink really
Stranger
sore.
Things now. That
You
did
saw
it.
me. I'm there. I'll be there.
Awesome. All right. So, Allison, speaking of Allison, you're going to cover our news today, right?
I
What
am.
we got going on?
So we have a few winners here, not in the room, but I am wearing my Go
We're all
Green
winners.
shirt. We all are all winners. When one of us shines, we all shine.
Right.
But congrats to our Douglasville Tree Board, Go Green. They received the Georgia Tree Council's 2022 Outstanding Community Grand Award for outstanding achievements. A lot of outstandings in there, but that's awesome work. They're doing outstanding work in the community. They
work.
received it for the tree canopy restoration project that they helped facilitate in 2020.
Oh,
2020.
That's
2020.
outstanding.
Nice.
That is outstanding.
Outstanding.
They're doing outstanding work. So the volunteers who participated in that event, they helped plant over 60 trees of 8 different varieties. And so when you're driving down Church Street, you can see some of those trees are still there at Douglas County High School. So it was a great event that they did. If I'm not mistaken, it was the MLK
It was
Day
the
of
MLK
Service.
Day event. Yep.
It was a very cold day. So it was awesome to see so many volunteers, high school students. There were members of the community out there on Martin Luther King Day volunteering and helping to pour back into our community in a way that is impactful, and it shows because you can still continue to see those trees. So it was a really, really outstanding event. So congratulations to the Douglasville Tree Board. They'll be recognized at an event in Rome, Georgia later on this year. So
Nice.
yes, really, really great work. In other celebratory news, we are happy to announce that the city of Douglasville received the distinction of being one of the healthiest 100 workplaces in America.
Really?
In America. I think that's just so awesome. And so that is a nationwide event that is done through our Healthiest Employer Awards that we won as well. City of Douglasville won first place in the medium category for healthiest employers in, I guess, healthiest employers in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep.
We're America now, so, just keep it on going. And that is done through the Healthiest Employers Organization and then also Springbuck. And they score us on a Rubik's style scale from 1 to 100. And City of Douglasville came in at number 22. And so our HR department and our wellness committee does a lot of work to try to keep us healthy and moving and all in good graces, except for when we have kickball games that sometimes go a little... We'll just leave the kickball game where it was. We put it all on the field. We are very passionate individuals.
A little competitive nature is okay, right?
Yeah, sometimes. I don't know.
Friendly competition?
We said moving forward, we're going to try some other bonding opportunities such as crocheting and things that just don't bring out so much competitiveness of us. We're gonna figure out another way to get social with each other.
We need to bring
Or
in,
the
like, some
opposite, we
actual
can do some
officials.
dodgeball.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get that approved because we had some city leadership there and they were watching the way we were playing kickball. I think we're gonna go in the opposite direction.
I
Okay.
think dodgeball would result in a spike in our attendance of our wellness clinic, though.
It will. It will. I don't know if that's what HR
Is that
was
not how
looking
we want to do
for.
it, though?
I don't know if that's a goal, but so congrats to City of Douglasville on all that we are doing as a team to just stay healthy. And that's mentally, socially, physically, financially. We offer a variety of programs to kind of meet everything, a holistic view. So congrats there.
And congrats to the HR department for all the amazing stuff they do.
Absolutely.
And to our wellness committee, which is the spearhead of a lot of those. So
Yes.
to all of our current, former, and future wellness chairs that may be at the table.
That is right.
Great job, and we look forward to more outstanding
right.
stuff
Agreed.
in the future.
Yes.
Outstanding programs. And the last thing I have is the City of Douglasville is wrapping up our participation in the Fall Fit City Challenge, which is a part of the Move with the Mayor initiative. Again, another nationwide initiative that we were very pleased to participate in. The goal of this is just to create healthy lifestyles for our community. So we offered a variety of programs through our parks programs, and then also just encouraging individuals and citizens to get out to our different parks. I mean, I love going to Mill Village and Willing Workers, and of course Jesse Davis is being renovated right now, but as soon as it is completed, it'll be another great place just to get out and participate. And then even some of the partner programs that we have are Sunflowers in Motion, which we saw a lot of them at our Wednesday Wind Down series. Sometimes I was out there with them. We now have Latin dancing, we have Taekwondo, just so many different programs. And so for the past, I guess, maybe month or so, we've just really been pushing our community to get out and be active and move with the mayor. And so I'm happy to announce it's not over yet, but currently we are number 29. So that's a pretty big deal. And I think it's out of
Over 100.
over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I almost wanted to say little old Douglasville, but I'm going to say big old Douglasville came in at number 29. So,
That's
you
a
know,
solid number.
that is
Yeah.
a solid number. And then we were number 22 for healthiest 100 workplaces in America. I mean, big old Douglasville. That's what I'm going to start saying.
And this was the first time we had done the Spark America Challenge, which is what we've been doing for the last 6 weeks, and we got like a day left, maybe. I think it ends tomorrow.
Yes.
as of recording. So this was the Fall Spark America Challenge. So maybe we'll try it again. This was the first time we'd ever done it,
Correct.
and we didn't do too bad.
We did not do too bad.
Mostly city staff and employees and stuff really doing this one. So-
There were a few citizens
and some
sprinkled in there as well.
Yeah, we saw some of those. So
We could do better.
we did really well. I think we could.
I'm saying
do
we
better.
can do better in the future. As in, like,
Could have been
Yes.
better.
Right. I think what
as
I would
in-
like to see moving
We know what
forward.
you meant to say.
Yeah.
Yes. I got
In
you.
spite of the words that came out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Correct. I think maybe moving forward, if we can create some type of group so that we know the citizens who are participating. So maybe
Yeah.
it lends opportunities for us to say, hey, where are you walking at? We'd love to come and meet you and walk
Yeah.
together, do some walk at lunches type of things. I will say they have another challenge coming up called the Sleep Slumber Challenge. Personally, I'm looking forward to that because
Sleep
that's my type of
challenge, huh?
challenge. You know, tell me what I need to do.
Is
I'll
that-
do it. Right. Sign me up. I'll be there. So looking forward to that one. But we are excited about all the challenges that Spark America is pushing out. And we hope to continue sharing that with our community and becoming a healthier lifestyle, because not only do we want to have healthy employees, we want to have a healthy community as well.
Absolutely.
So
And it's not just about the physical health, too, because it also helps with the mental health
Absolutely.
aspect of it.
100%.
Just taking a walk and a stroll
Yeah.
at lunch.
I mean, it all ties together because you're saying mental and physical, and then also financial. Because if I have some physical goals, it's going to help. It should help me stop eating
Yes,
out.
it will.
And don't worry, I'm talking
It's
to
all
myself
connected.
here.
Everything's
It's all coming
connected.
together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited about the upcoming challenges.
Yeah.
Those will definitely be
So we'll
great.
probably talk about that a little bit more in the spring when I think there's probably a spring Fit City Challenge that will come up. We'll push it a little bit more. Like I said, where there were a lot of people involved, but we'll push it out more to some businesses and organizations and show you how you can sign up for that, so that not only are we as a city competing with other cities, it's great, but we could put some businesses and organizations under the city of Douglasville so they can compete with one another.
That would be great.
So, you know, the chamber can compete with the CAC,
Yep.
and you know our local gyms can sign up, and One Life can be competing with LA Fitness. You know, so you can sign up
That's
with the
fun.
gym that you're at and things like that. So there should be some fun things where we can create some friendly competition.
Friendly.
Seeing we're competitive, but also keep people active and like I said, just well. And when you sign up, you go to the Fit Cities Challenge kind of website. They had some other stuff on the site that was great, like some recipe ideas and some mental wellness kind of mental wellness break suggestions and how to just kind of take some of those and stuff. So yeah, it was more than just the physical. So it's a lot more. It was really cool. So. So
it's fun.
About to finish that one. We'll see another one probably coming up. So
yes, looking forward to it. Yes.
Is that all our news?
That's all the news for today, but not all of our news. If you'd like to read more, you can visit our website, which is douglasvillega.gov. You can follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Nextdoor. Even the Patch has our news. So find us anywhere online where you consume your news, and we'll be there.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Chris and Allison, for the news and events. So now we'll finally get over to Rylee. Sorry for
the main star of the show.
Yeah, let's talk about our actual guest here and all the stuff that you got going on. So, Rylee, tell us your official title with the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
I am the Tourism Program Manager.
Excellent. And Convention and Visitors Bureau, we'll now refer to as CVB, which we always do. So just so people know what we're talking about. So tell us what you do with the CVB and all the awesome things that you guys got going on.
I would love to. I feel like this is the fun part because tourism is like really the fun part, right?
Exactly.
So, well, first off, I will start off by saying thank you for having me on the podcast. I'm very excited. I've been with the city for about 6 months, and it's been a great 6 months kind of being able to be with the CVB. And this is my first position in tourism, first position with the CVB. So definitely learned so much. And so I'm happy to kind of be able to share some of that with you all. So we have the Welcome Center. It's at 12385 Veterans Memorial Highway. If you have not stopped in, we are a visitor welcome center. However, we have residents, locals come in all the time. So definitely not just for visitors, although we are a tourist information center. So we have everything ranging from free resources. So you come in and ask us, what is there to do? Where is there to eat? What can I do fun this weekend? And we can give you 100 things, 100 recommendations. So we have a lot of free resources, not only for Douglasville and the Metro Atlanta area, but also spanning from Helen, Georgia to Savannah. So really covering all of Georgia because we really not only want to encourage tourism in Douglasville, but tourism in Georgia in general. So we have a lot of free resources in that respect. We also have retail. So we sell local honey, we sell coffee mugs and history books, and just kind of, some other fun retail. So that's something we have in the Welcome Center. We also kind of are a one-stop shop for visitors. So not only do we have the information and recommendations, but, we also can build an entire itinerary for you that kind of gives entire suggestions. We have the option to build an itinerary both on our website and our app as well. We have a free app. On our app, we have different challenges. So we have one thing that I was really excited about is the Discover Douglasville audio tour. So if you go through that challenge, we have 5 participating restaurants on there, and it goes through the history of the 5 buildings that the restaurants are now housed in. And if you go through all of them and come in the Welcome Center with a receipt, you get a prize. The prize is really super cool collectible. So definitely recommend it. So definitely a lot of fun things to do too, along with recommendations. And another thing that I would really like to highlight is I think that sometimes when we think about tourism, we think about travel and vacation and really the fun stuff, which is such a big part of it. But something we don't always realize with tourism is the economic impact that there is with the tourism and hospitality industry. It is one of the largest industries globally, accounts for 10% of the nation's GDP, and 1 out of every 4 jobs is typically attributed to the hospitality industry. So that's our global impact of tourism, and we really saw that impact with COVID. So
very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And then to scale that down to a local level, Douglas County households save about $400 annually just through tourism. And so I think that that's something that people may not even realize as well. And our unemployment rate being about 3.5%, that would be close to 7 if it were not for tourism and hospitality.
Yeah.
So definitely a very impactful industry, a very fun industry, one that I'm grateful to be a part of, and one that we are grateful to have in Douglasville and be able to share with visitors. And it's also fun to just market all of the things that Douglasville has to offer. I think I hear from so many people constantly about how much Douglasville has grown and changed. And while I was not here to see that growth, it's still been really fun to hear about. And so, we market not only things in Douglasville, we also market things that are in and around the area.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. So when you talk about travel and tourism, and I can't guarantee I got any of the stats wrong, but in Georgia, tourism is, if not number one, or it's one of the top industries in the state of Georgia for bringing in money.
Absolutely.
Travel and tourism. And then in Douglasville and Douglas County, you don't really think about it as being a travel and tourism destination, but right where we sit, we're at a great spot. So it's not just when they're coming here, it's when they're coming anywhere around here. So Six Flags is a huge theme park, and they come and it's right next door to us, so they stay in our hotels and things like that, and they go to Six Flags when people are coming from out of town. People overlook, our locals maybe take for granted, Sweetwater Creek State Park.
Absolutely.
Right, which is, if not currently, it has been, I think it's still one of the most visited state park in Georgia.
Yes.
Which is amazing. And it's an amazing state park. It's great. We go all the time.
Oh, me too.
But I think as a local, maybe we take that for granted, that people are coming from a wider span to come to Sweetwater Creek State Park. And while they're here, they're shopping and eating in our restaurants and things like that, which contributes to the tax base and helps our local residents to not have those higher taxes and stuff, because that travel and tourism dollars are coming in to help pay for some of those things, which is great. So it's just something that not everybody really thinks about, all the things that we do have. The Arbor Place Mall is still a regional mall that people come into Douglasville to go to and shop at, and that's travel tourism as well.
It absolutely is. And really our proximity to Six Flags, to Sweetwater Creek, to Atlanta more generally, because you can stay in a hotel in Douglasville for significantly cheaper than you may be able to in Atlanta, and you can still get up and be there in 25 minutes.
Yeah, and whatever's going on anywhere in Atlanta, really. We're right on I-20.
Absolutely, right by the highway, and we have 25 hotels that we have in our inventory specifically, and that's a lot of hotels, and that doesn't even span all of the hotels that are in Douglas County. So
and more coming. There's still So with our growth comes things like that.
Absolutely. And speaking of our growth, I'm sure everybody already knows, or if you don't, about our Town Green and Amphitheater.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's coming in 2023. And that will be really exciting, too, because that will continue contributing to our travel and tourism industry, and not only have events for our locals to enjoy, but also events that we can bring people in, visitors, and have them coming to our events, and then having them, exactly like you said, dining at our restaurants and shopping at our other locations. And so, that'll be exciting as well.
The Town Green, I think we've talked about it a lot, and I think until it gets kind of fully built and you get in there, we were talking about it just earlier today, it's hard to wrap our heads around the size of it.
Some people are more visual.
Yes, the same way, because people who have been here a long time, they remember where the jail sat and the space that it was on, so it's hard to wrap your head around all the stuff that's going into that town center, kind of Town Green area. So, but just the Town Green is going to be a large green space and a large amphitheater, one of the largest ones in this area. So we're going to be able to have some really big concerts and festivals and events and things like that to a scale that we can't have right now, because there's nowhere in Douglasville to really do that. So there will be a regional draw for some big, exciting, fun things that are really coming. So
very exciting.
Absolutely. And I think with that too, another thing to keep in mind, and this is a resource that we offer as the CVB, if you have a big group that are coming into events like that, staying at our hotels, we as CVB staff can reach out to hotel staff with RFPs to get room blocks and to get special room rates. So that's something that we offer. We also say you have a bridal party that's coming and staying in the hotels, we will make welcome bags for the brides. So those are some things that we offer as well. Really things that say thank you for visiting Douglasville and that we're happy that you're here.
Yeah, so we do a lot of those the weddings, and you guys do a lot with the wedding travel type stuff. You host a bridal show every year and stuff. The conference center is a great resource for that. We've got a lot of weddings that happen there, and a lot of people come in town, and you help with the gift bags. The other part is family reunions. We get a lot of family reunions coming in that are hosting in our parks or at the conference center and things like that, and you do the same. For those as well,
and
right?
You would be amazed the amount of people who have family reunions.
Yeah.
I mean, over the summer, we're getting request after request for 250 bags to 300 bags to make for family reunions. And those are people who are bringing people from not only just around the U.S., but out of the country to come in and stay and visit with their family and reconnect with relatives and friends. So family reunions are definitely a large season for us as well. And I know that our parks, our conference centers, those are big hubs for people to take advantage of for their reunions.
Yeah, it's super nice. And we get a lot of them, so... So if people are wanting to come to Douglasville and visit, you guys have all the information?
Yes, so we have our own website. It's visitdouglasville.com. We also have, like Allison said, we're on a lot of social media platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram. We have Twitter, but we don't use it very much.
But you have a very lively TikTok account.
We have a very lively TikTok account, which I am proud of. So follow us on all of them, but particularly TikTok.
Very nice.
Yes.
All right, so people who are outside of Douglasville are interested in coming, that's where you go to find out all the information about what's going on in Douglasville and where to stay in Douglasville and what to see in Douglasville and all the history of Douglasville. You can find out information about where to go and discover all of our history, particularly the downtown audio tours. Our Main Street area has a lot of old buildings. You know, we've been around for coming up on 150 years or something like that.
Our entire downtown is on the National Register of Historic Places.
Some really great buildings throughout the downtown that are all now have been repurposed to hold restaurants and offices and retail, but they're great just to go and look at the buildings because the buildings have an awesome history to it. So that's where the audio tour comes in, so you can discover some of that history and stuff. So great programs like that are always here and available at the Welcome Center. Stop by because you never know what they might have new.
And I was going to say, you also never know what kind of discounts we may have for things. So
Always looking for that.
We have perks cards that have restaurant coupons. And then on top of that, we also, on our website, we have discount codes for Six Flags. We have discount codes for the aquarium, for the Illuminarium. So really a big part of tourism is also our industry partnerships. And so that extends all throughout the state and really also throughout the Southeast because we're a part of a lot of different associations. Southeast Tourism Society, that covers from Alabama to North Carolina, kind of spans that whole Florida, Louisiana, even Kentucky, so that really that whole big area. So definitely always establishing partnerships that way that we can offer kind of the best discounts for our visitors as well, and so that we can always have the best information.
Yeah. And that's all. That also goes for locals. So maybe you're not traveling to Douglasville. Maybe you live here, and you're looking just to find out what's going on in the city. You can always come to the Welcome Center. You guys have all the information. But if maybe you live local and you want to travel a little bit just regionally, if you do want to go up to North Georgia for something, you guys have all the information on things to do up there as well, right?
We absolutely do. And I know that another thing that's big right now are staycations, day trips, and so even being a local and staying up for a night, getting a babysitter, staying up for a night in a hotel, that's always really appealing to me.
It's a thing.
There's something about a hotel bed, right? So definitely kind of being able to take advantage of those driving distances because Douglasville is also situated in a great driving distance from Chattanooga, Charlotte, Greenville, Florida. I mean, really, being able to just go back and forth between major destinations.
You can day trip to a lot of places from here.
Yep.
And then once you pass my threshold for a day trip, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours, there is so many things within just over that range for an overnight trip or something like that. That would be great. I mean, we love to just drive North Georgia and stay in a cabin or something up there and hike some of the trails that we have, all the state parks up there and things. They're just so convenient to where we're located to go and spend a day or spend a night and then come back, and you've got all the information for that. So a lot of the places we like to stay up in North Georgia, I've seen pamphlets in the Welcome Center for. So
conveniently located and ready to welcome you.
That's right.
I had my sister visit from. I have two sisters, and came in from Japan, the other one from California. So we were just like a small family reunion of just us. But it was. I actually stopped at the center where you have all the brochures and all that stuff, just to kind of like give us options about just what to do with our. Yeah, because it's nice, it's like the first night you just get together and eat and converse. And then the rest of the time, you're like, okay, what are we going to do now? So,
my wife loves that brochure rack anywhere. Anytime we go to a welcome center or where we're staying, that's where she goes first. Brochure rack. Okay, this looks fun. We'll try that. This looks fun. We'll check one of those.
And you don't often remember that a lot of those brochures and stuff have the coupons and stuff. For
Absolutely. That's probably why she likes it as well. That one's got a coupon. Score. We'll be doing that one.
Yeah.
Very nice. Awesome. So you guys always have stuff going on event and activity-wise in addition to all that information. So we'll have Rylee back often, probably, to talk about the various CVB events. You guys have stuff going on all the time. So anything else, though, because, we could talk all day. Anything else coming up that we want to talk about before we wrap up the show?
I would say really other than encouraging everybody to come out to Stranger Things, I think whether you're a fan or not, it would still be a great event for family, for friends, for a little date night to come out and grab lunch and then go kind of watch karaoke for an hour even. So definitely so much flexibility within the day. It's 5 hours, so you can come and go. You can stay the whole 5 hours. You can do everything. You can come and do one day.
If you stay the whole 5 hours, you can really get 2 meals going. So you can do lunch, do the event, and then go have dinner. So you can hit 2 of the different restaurants.
Absolutely.
And nice
and then you can
things.
even wrap up the evening with an upside-down cocktail.
There you go. and like you said, if you love Stranger Things, you really need to come to this because
absolutely.
It's awesome. If you've never seen Stranger Things and don't even like that kind of stuff, then look, we got roller skating and karaoke happening and awesome food and stuff. So that sounds fun on its own,
Something
right?
for everyone.
Yes.
Why not?
One last thing that's new, we have been rotating some window art. And
that's right. I didn't talk about that.
Yes, we have a local artist that we have commissioned to do some seasonal window art for us. And so right now our fall installment is going up. So very excited to see those. Our summer ones were our last installment, and all of them are meant to facilitate photo taking. So whether it's a selfie spot or a place where you can sit and have your family behind you, definitely great spots for photos right in downtown. And we also just have a beautiful historic building. So I encourage everyone to come into the Welcome Center.
Yeah, it's really cool.
The art is
great.
amazing. I went. Yeah. We both took pictures there together. So,
for the summer one?
Yes, for the summer one. The butterfly wings.
Yes. Yeah, it was super cool.
Yes.
And the one window is up, right?
We have one window that's complete right now and the other one that's being done. So we have our pumpkin patch. Come see.
Nice. This is the local Douglasville pumpkin patch. Come to have your family. Nice. Awesome. All right. Well, that's a lot of stuff. We've covered a lot of stuff in today's show. Probably went longer than we normally do. So thank you, Rylee, for coming and telling us all the things that you guys have going on and all the stuff. So go check out the Douglasville Welcome Center and see all the information they have about what's going on in and around the city of Douglasville. If you want to go travel somewhere, they can help. If you want to come visit, if you're not in Douglasville, they can help with that as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So go to their website, visit Douglasville.com, and visit douglasvillega.gov if you want to learn about all the news and events and other things that are coming up. So lots of places to go, lots of things to do. Show done. Okay. That's going to wrap up today's show. Thank you guys for all being on and being awesome. And we will see everybody next time on the next episode of Douglasville Impact. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.